everyone. Oh, it feels like it's been forever.
Yes.
But it has only been 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks.
Oh, yes, our freshly new level 4 characters are ready to
Yes.
take on the great evils that face them.
Huzzah!
And to guide them through such evils, I am your storyteller for this evening, Sage.
And my name is Celeste, and I'm going to be playing your joyful tiefling wizard, Malady.
Hello, I'm JB, also known as @DropTheDie, and I will be playing Lord Roland Belrandan Cadriel.
The purest soul next to Calvin.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm going to be playing Kaylee Bramblebarrel, your halfling monk.
Hello, this is Naseem, and I will be your friendly neighborhood stoner, Hieronius Dohard, the dwarven fighter.
I am Paul Harpering, and I'll be playing your eager, innocent innovator, Calvin Coleridge, Fire Genasi Artificer.
Woo! Yes. So, what happened? What happened last time on our Descent into Avernus campaign?
Well, an old man got kicked a lot.
Yeah.
Sure
Lord
did.
Roland.
Yeah, we had that Thavius Krieg. We kind of started the session ending our conversation with him. And basically he was just crying on the ground. And so we took his stuff, including a puzzle box and a cool shield.
Well, the puzzle box was later.
Oh.
Blanc
Right. Okay.
was given to Thirstwell.
Yeah, after Kaylee's, yes.
There's a lot of
Shining
murder.
Incredible maneuver.
There's an awful lot of murder. Yeah, so we took his treasure, and then we went upstairs to go find the slimy son of the Vamp family. Yes, so we went upstairs after a lot of talking about it, and then we encountered a cat. Do you want to tell us about your cat?
So their name is Slobber Chops. They're Tressum the size of a husky, and they look like a flat-faced Persian that's seen better days. And they're my new best friend, and I love them. Enough said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Clearly, they have a habit of eating imps, and by the work of they made on that wax statue of Lady Vanthampur, probably don't like her much. But what happened afterwards?
We made our way through the kitchen, and that was when we ran into the cat, and then there was we ran across a couple of house servants, and we just decided to ignore that whole situation basically. And then we went upstairs, led by the imps, right? When did we run into them?
Yeah, they were in the parlor, all invisibly hanging out on the chandelier. So M was like, "Hey, assholes! Show us the way!" And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then we went upstairs and past weird butler, and went up to the room, and then we kicked some ass.
Yeah.
Or murder someone.
Kick some ass.
Yeah.
It took one action, one part of one action to end the fight with Thirstwell. Lord Roland was still pretending to be captured as Thirstwell's corpse was cooling before the ruse was dropped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next steps are very efficient.
Then we were set upon by some putrid, half-living creature wearing adamantine armor that whipped the hell out of everyone in the group for a little while until we nickel and dimed it to death. We absconded with our 2 NPC allies and discovered that Lady Vanthampur and whoever else we put in the prison thing with them were gone and taken care of, checked off our problem list.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have bunked up with our NPC companions and supposedly heading out to Candlekeep.
Yeah.
So after you all finished tromping through Vanthempur Villa, discovering what secrets you needed to discover, recovering certain artifacts, including the infernal puzzle blocks that Thirstwell had been tooling with while lying in bed. Took one of his imps with you, two imps with you of his, and after coming out through the dawn, made your way to see Captain Zodge to receive payment for all of your good deeds.
Yes. Good deeds.
Get paid that money. Yes, Naseem, you look like you're trying to say something.
Oh, I just seem to have some memory of someone smashing the puzzle box or trying to smash the puzzle box.
No, I tried to open it, and then Calvin was basically
Was
going to
being-
smash it, and then I told
What?
him to stop it, and then it was good.
Okay, cool.
That is a stark mischaracterization. He was helping you in your efforts to open
Just trying
the
to do
puzzle
science.
box.
You know, I
And
don't.
then you were intimidated by his keen
Oh, wow,
puzzle-solving
that is absolutely
intellect
not what happened.
and decided to just put it away.
We've put it
Mhm.
away for a later day, for a rainy day.
That's
Yeah.
a problem for future
We
Calvin.
could not get this open.
Yes, it's very tricky. You're just looking at it and you just have no clue. But it does kind of twist and turn very much like a Rubik's Cube does. And you see inlaid inside of all of the little squares that are set in it are little ridges, like very maze-like ridges around the edges of it. So after collecting payment from Captain Zodge, you had a well-deserved long rest.
Yes.
Now, M went to the local inn and acquired a room to get away from all y'all stinky butts.
Yep. It was called the High Horse, which was rude, but it was comfortable, so there.
Yeah.
Just hanging out all night alone in the high horse with your super cursed, terrible demon shield.
You
Oh,
have
we
no
also bought
idea
so many
what that
blunts,
is.
guys.
We bought 144 blunts.
A gross of blunts.
There's no we. We didn't buy.
We didn't buy.
Yeah, Fallister.
I'm happy to share.
Right in that bag of holding. Fallister was happy to hook you up with his neighbor who had the good shit.
A lot of the good shit.
And so you all had made your way out of the villa, had your hour walking through town, making your way to the outer city. So it's probably about 7 a.m. when you actually laid your heads down to rest, and so you'll wake up some 8 hours later. Like on that weird grave shift schedule. And it is early afternoon, early evening getting to be. So what would you all like to do in your day here before setting out tomorrow for Candlekeep?
Smoke weed every day.
Hell yeah.
All day, every day.
Calvin's got a couple items on his list, and other people would be, whatever, able to come along if they want. But he wants to go back to his dad's workshop and store to say goodbye to him before he leaves for some amount of time. And then he would also like to visit the Temple of Wonders up in the high part of the city that he's never been able to visit before. And he's like, well, if I'm going to leave now, I need to go and at least see this place before I leave Baldur's Gate.
Hey man, your papa's here?
Oh, yeah. I was born and raised here in Baldur's Gate. Yeah, it's Coleridge's Contraptionarium. I mean, everybody in the middle level of the city has heard about this place. It's one of the premier toy shops, and he does great work. He taught me everything I know.
Wow, I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing this. Well, I'd love to see your dad's craft.
Sure, yeah. Any of you all, if you want to come along, you're welcome to.
I can go. I really just need to get cat food before we leave. So anything that's we cross that path, I'm good to go.
Yeah, well, you can definitely make a stop there.
Okay.
What are you up to, Lord Roland?
This is the next morning, correct?
It's basically later in the day. It's like 4 p.m. basically after you all had woken up again.
Gotcha. So he would be washing the putrid sludge off of him from the inside of this disgusting, desecrated, necrotic, oozed armor. So he's probably doing that, cleaning this giant suit of armor and cleaning himself.
Oh,
I am a little busy at the moment, but and he's just wearing like his underclothes, no shirts, big, just sitting there scrubbing this armor with a little brush.
oh, I can help you with that. Let's that way
No,
we've got more
no,
time.
he
But-
says, and pulls it away and holds his hand out to stop. Don't touch this fucking armor. I've got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly, Calvin. But no, I have to tend it to myself. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I can respect that.
Do you want me to wait with you? I could go get some, I guess, brunch. It's later than that. It's like dinner. I could get food.
Whatever you like.
What's
I will
Em
make
up to?
ready as quickly as I can.
Yeah, I mean, so Em got her room and I think had I think she immediately would have like spent some time with the shield, and over time
Mhm.
she learned she did identify already on it.
Yes.
So she has spent some time attuning to it. And then got a lovely night's rest, all by herself,
Oh,
and had a
yes.
bath, and is
And a
fine
hot
and great. And then I definitely haven't come back yet to check in with everybody until the time we've designated to leave.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go out and I want to buy some stuff. I want to like refill my provisions for the road. I'm gonna buy 2 healing potions. I'm gonna spend 4 hours learning Misty Step from that book that we found.
Mhm.
And then I'll probably go around, like maybe visit some rogue contacts and be like, hey, like just take my messages for me, I'll be back.
For
But
sure.
not
for
tell
sure.
them where I'm going. Just say I'll be back.
Definitely. All right. So Calvin, you want to head up and go check in with your dad first, or go to the High House of Wonders?
Well, he would know about the curfew about going up to the High
Yes,
House of Wonders.
absolutely.
So you'd probably want to do that first. Yeah. So they don't let you in, the high part of the city after dark unless you live up there. So maybe we'll go do that, and then if you want to see the High House of Wonders, it's really cool. I've only seen the outside. My dad took me up there to a festival when I was a kid. But yeah, it's supposed to be one of the marvels of the city.
What's so wonderful about it?
What isn't wonderful about it? I mean, it's the High Hall of Wonders.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, I guess.
It's got the
what could
word
go
high in
wrong?
it.
Yeah, you like that, right?
Let's go up. Let's get high.
Well, I'm gonna get food, and I really want to get like a ribbon for slobber chops before we leave. So I'll just hang back with Roland, but like do some drawings so that I can decide if I want to see it next time I come back to Baldur's Gate.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Slobber Chops is doing the cat thing where they groom you, where they like bite at like the base of your at your scalp, and they're like
Kaylee's like eye switching. She's like, "Ow, I'm so cute and stuff." No, good kitty. Thank you.
All right, so Calvin and Heronius, you have to walk quite a distance back up to the upper city where Lady Banthamper's villa was. or it still stands. You didn't all burn it down yet. But yeah, you meander your way up through the cities. You can see that the tavern life is starting to come alive again as people are finishing their day jobs and stopping in for a drink on their way home from a long day's work, and make your way up to the upper city. Calvin, you know that the High House of Wonders is set at the top of this very large hill in the upper city. So it's really one of the highest points in the city, definitely leading it to be the High House. And it is this crescent-shaped building, which at the back of it is this forge that is 3 stories tall, and from it cascade these embers that actually build up the walls of the High House of Wonder. So it almost like lava that is composing these walls as it kind of the light softly undulates. And the doors are wide open. These huge, like dark steel doors are open for you both to step in, and you just see rows and rows immediately of anvils and smiths hard at work in this place. And you hear this rhythmic clanging that you can see 15 smiths all working at the same time, all striking in perfect unison as they're crafting over various items. You see axes and sets of armor, and you see these on the upper levels. You see these sages who are dressed in these charcoal gray robes with this black trim as they're carrying different metals, and it is House of Creation. It is amazing.
I just can't keep imagining the sound of being in this place, like cacophonous metal banging forever.
Yeah, the way, and you can tell that like in the way that they shaped the building, that to accommodate that constant clanking, the way that the sound just bounces and reflects, it sounds like a chorus of bells almost.
Oof.
Calvin is in heaven. He has never looked this happy before. Maybe when performing crowbar science, but this is like a whole like transcendental like level for him.
The conditions are a little intense.
It is in this room. It is sweltering. It's probably about 100 degrees in here, as it's being fed by this massive fire that's constantly being tended to.
Are there ropes or like barriers at all around these people? Because Calvin is gonna start darting around like a small child in a toy store to like look at what everybody is making, unless he'll respect like a velvet rope or something, if there's kind of like a pathway. But yeah, he's gonna be like leaning over it like at the museums, like trying to get as close to the pictures as possible.
So there are no ropes because it's meant for people to just be, able to move in and flow to different workspaces. But you see, it's these 2 very long rows of basically like cubicles where everyone has their workstation and sets of tools and everything. So you can step right in if you wanted to. But they're all wearing these black, iron masks that are shielding their faces from these sparks that are constantly flying as they strike down on metal, and gusts of steam rise up.
So Calvin will he's gonna start like talking shop to Hero. Like Hero, might know about this stuff. Hero's with him, so Hero's gonna learn about this stuff. He'll be like, oh, this guy, he's working with adamantium. Do you know how hard that stuff is to work? That's what that gross dude was wearing yesterday, and we couldn't even like get through it. Adamantium is one of the most toughest materials. And then, oh my gosh, when he runs over to the other side, they're working with mithril. I've never seen that much mithril in one place before. It's so soft, but if you temper it right, it has the sharpest edge, and it's so incredibly lightweight. Everybody wants to work with that stuff.
Sick. Where's all this stuff going?
I don't
Can we
know.
is there a gift shop we could visit? Pick them up all the way out?
Yeah, I hope so. Maybe they sell
Ugh.
postcards.
Uh, yeah, at the far back you can see like a little alcove where there is a shopkeeper basically behind this this huge uh like register area.
Ooh.
You can see there, you can kind of make out some goods in the back.
Okay.
Do they got any of that adamantium or mithril stuff hanging in the back?
None that you can buy. They mostly have finished goods uh, made by the local artisans. But what did Kelvin have in mind specifically in visiting this place?
He wasn't really raised religious at all, but because of his dad's craft, there was a holy symbol of Gond that was just in the workshop and in the store. So he has like a passing familiarity with it. So since he's about to like leave the city, he kind of wanted to uh, pray there, but he doesn't know how to pray at the temple of Gone. So he's just
Mhm.
kind of like, yeah, I don't really
Outside on the lawn? Does it have a lawn?
um Out the back behind it there's kind of like a sandy zen garden.
Cool.
Seems pretty tranquil out there, man. If you want to get in touch with your mechanical spirit or whatever it is.
But there are definitely lots of people in robes who are going to and from rooms, carrying armfuls of supplies from store closets to other workshops. So I mean, if you wanted to ask someone, you can
Yeah.
grab them.
He'll Calvin looks for someone who's not carrying a bunch of stuff and says, excuse me, it's my first time being to the High House of Wonders, and I'm a craftsman myself. I made this, and he points to Appa, the Robo Corgi, um, who chat. Tell me what kind of sound Robo Dog makes this time instead of meows like last time. But I made this, and I'm about to go somewhere to, I think, do something really important, and I just want to pray for good luck or good craftsmanship, that my tools stay sharp and ready. What
Uh,
yeah, how do I do that?
and you stop this woman. She's this auburn-haired dwarf, and she has these like amber eyes that look up to you, and she goes, "Oh, we worship. Well, we all worship differently, but we worship through creation. These are our in every time that we drench a sword in the water, and every time we oil our armor, these are our ablutions, and this is how we worship. We worship by doing. We craft our words and our prayers."
Cool.
That's quite the contraption you got there. As she motions to Appa.
Oh, thanks. Um, he lets out a moo. Appa moos when it opens its mouth as if to bark. Yeah, he's he's one of my best friends. I think he's still pretty new, but I'm pretty proud of him. Do I already made him? Where is there a place that I can go make something? They all seem in use. Do I have to like book a time? I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I don't know.
Calvin's
if I can make
freaking
anything
out.
here.
And she leads you over to a room that she had just stepped out of, and she says, I had about 30 minutes left on my reservation for the space, and you can go ahead and use it. I'm pretty much done. And she she presents to you this beautiful bouquet of copper flowers with petals that are made out of lapis lazuli. And she says, I'm bringing a gift to a friend, so.
Oh, thank you so much. And then Calvin like rushes in there and then looks around for like raw materials and is like, oh crap, I don't have anything.
So as you step into the room, you see that there is a full workspace that is fully stocked with every kind of tool imaginable that you would use for, to make any mundane or, magical item to craft. Lots of different, leather working tools, stone cutting tools, everything. And then there's also a stockpile of wood and different kinds of stone. Like there's granite, there's, agate, all these different things. And so, and paper, so there's some materials there. What would you like to make?
Calvin is gonna get to work crafting a so it's gonna be like a model of Baldur's Gate, but it's got it's like with when the cities rise up at the beginning of the Game of Thrones intro. So he wants to make this clockwork, device that will like raise and lower to reflect the topography and shape of the city.
Very cool. What sets of tools are you going to be using?
All the tools.
Yeah, make a tool check, smithing check.
Smith's tools. We'll go with that one. That is pretty good. That will be a 19.
Nice. Yeah, so you get to work immediately, having this this vision of what you aspire to make in your head, and you just right away get off to a wonderful start. What's Heronius doing?
Calvin is assaulting Heronius with exactly what he's doing, like instructions, whether or not Hero is actually paying attention or not. But yeah, that's the background noise.
Yeah. I think he's slowly backing up towards the exit, letting you like get it out of your system. And it's like, oh, so super interesting, man. Well, good luck with your your creative hour, power hour. Get your prayers in. I hope it all goes well. I'll see you back down there, okay?
Oh yeah, but then I gotta put this spring in.
Sounds
right
good.
here,
See ya.
but I gotta coil it up first.
Get out.
So, JB and Katie. All right. So yeah, you all were hanging back. Kaylee was choosing to stay behind with Roland after grabbing some food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she kind of like scurries back with like basically 2 like doggy bags of food. And she like sets one over and just kind of like perches somewhere and just watches him work. And she's like, "You really like taking care of your stuff, huh?"
Not particularly, no. Scrub. But it's part of the training. The priesthood and all that.
Oh, well, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yes. He also chuckles, but he does have that look like a painter who's not painting for fun, but painting to get paid, like scrub this fucking armor, like around these little rivets and stuff. Yes, this is my recompense, I suppose.
So no one can help you because I got these like tiny little fingers. If there's like any like grooves or anything, I feel weird sitting here while you really toil,
He leans back and perches his arm on his big portly belly and says, "I think that I would be made uncomfortable by you putting your fingers in little places in my account." And he laughs. "So no, Kaylee, I think I am all right."
Okay.
How is your cat?
Well, I'm really not digging his accessories right now. I'm thinking maybe like a lavender bow before we leave. But I wanted to bring back your food while it was still hot. It is a sandwich of some kind of meat. I'm not sure what. Baldur's Gate,
Open Smith.
Mutton. Ah, yes.
It's
Good
street
stuff.
meat.
Very hearty. Thank you, Kaylee.
Anytime. I like feeding people.
He
So,
laughs.
you like your god, right? Tell me about him.
So basically, Roland is wearing some slacks and his boots, no shirt. So his big white, belly and chest are showing. And he's wearing the hat, but the hat's tilted way back. He takes the hat off, and you see that he has like stubble all over because he hasn't shaved his head yet today. And he just starts kind of scratching at it. And he said,
That's a very loaded question, Kaylee. That take 15 years to really show you. Do you have anything more specific you want to ask of me?
I have Shantea. I learned about her a little bit. But I wouldn't say that I'm like actively practicing or anything like that since I left the vineyard. So I don't know. I think that it kind of makes me, not to say that I'm like weirded out by you, but it makes me a little nervous sometimes. But you seem really great, so I want to learn more about it.
he says,
Well, feeling nervous, I believe that is warranted. Kellenboy is the god of death. And that unnerves people, myself included. Like when you mercilessly slaughtered Thirstwell last night,
Yeah.
without so much as a question. That was true death.
he says, and he's like looking off out of the window, off into the middle distance.
Real hard death, that one.
And he nods again. And he says,
But it comes in many forms,
he's gesturing.
You have the slow decay of time. And that, the longer you hold it out, the more you show the god of death how important it is. Life. You understand?
I think so.
Taking it, that is a hard balance to walk. On the one hand, you're showing that death can happen in an instant.
She like jumps when he claps. Like, oh.
But on the other, what if it wasn't their time to die? You've taken something from Kellenvor. You've taken something from Shantea. What if they had plans for this person later on in their lives? You understand? It's balance, always balance.
Yeah.
It's very tiring, Kaylee.
Yeah, it seems like it. I guess I'll try to make my balance better. Sometimes I do things and then like, don't get me wrong, I was like, oh shit, I'd killed him. But it was like, like 2 minutes after I'd killed him, it just comes to me, which is not great.
He nods. And he says,
If it's any consolation at all, I am 100% sure our other companions would have probably slaughtered him just as efficiently as you did.
Oh, that makes me feel a lot better.
I believe no one remembered we were going to ask him questions but me, and I was playing a bit part as some kind of buffoon who would get captured by you lot.
he laughs.
Oh yeah, you were just punch us all in the face. But I'm excited to adventure further with you, and then maybe I will replace that life with saving another.
That is a good way to think of it. Restriking the balance. I like it.
He laughs.
She just like giggles along and takes a bite of her probably good sandwich.
It's all
You
right.
see Roland's like eating it with one hand and smearing this putrid goop off of a breastplate with the other and flicking it out of the window.
This is a pretty good button.
Just like feeding little pieces to Slobber Chops as she goes. Yeah.
Slobber Chops purrs and licks up every single morsel you give him.
I love him so much. Kaylee's never had a pet.
Oh boy. Em was thinking about coming back to say hi, and then just senses she shouldn't.
I hope that the goop like falls right in front of her as she's about to walk up to the building. She's like, no.
Yeah,
Never
no,
mind.
No,
That would be a shame.
I'm good.
That would be a shame.
Her shenanigans senses were tingling.
yeah, like nope. Go back to the high horse.
It's better than me. It's better than me continuing to wear it. 5 days later.
Truly.
That
It
smell.
just crests onto you.
Area
The
of
crust
effects.
adds +1 AC.
Exactly. That's what does it. So Calvin, you managed to finish up your little city, and it is beautiful and gleaming.
Sweet. And after Hero leaves, he starts. He's still talking to himself about what he's doing, but it slowly segues into all of the things that he's scared of about leaving the city, the things that he's frightened. What if I'm, I'm not able to do this? Something seriously broken in the world. What if I never see my dad again? I've never been outside of the city before. What if it's, more dangerous out there than it's been the last 24 hours, which are the most danger Calvin's seen his entire life. And he, puts the last pieces of the case together and then kind of looks around and isn't sure what to do with it. And so he walks out to the Zen garden area,
Mhm.
and then we'll just sort of find a place that's sort of out of the way, and he'll just put it there and wind it up and leaves it, and then walks into the gift shop to buy some, little trinkets, some keychains that say, High House of Wonder, and have a little like outline of it in iron or something.
Yeah, you can find those keychains that have everyone's names on it. They have names on it, but they're always just like a letter off. Like Calvin is spelled Calven.
Mm-hmm. So many Calvan.
Calvans.
Yeah. All the Calvans.
Or with a K.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does the best he can and gets one for everybody in the party, and one for his dad too.
Yeah, you managed to find a Malady.
Perfect.
How'd you know my other alias? Fuck
Melody.
you.
Caitlin.
Rolando. You do find Heronius, though, oddly enough.
There's always one.
Wow.
What? No Slobber Chops? What the fuck?
Bayless, all right, so you want to head over to your dad's shop and
Yeah, well, he'll swing back by the flop house basically to check in with everybody.
Okay. Emily
and to give presents.
Emily? Emily now is my name. Emma's standing outside looking at the door as you approach suspiciously.
Oh, hey, Em.
Huh? What? Oh.
I just got back from the upper city. What was that O for?
Oh, nothing. I just thought you were someone else. Just a hope. You going inside?
Yeah. I got something for you. And he rifles in his pockets and pulls out the Malady keychain. Here you go. It's
Oh,
from the High House of Wonders. I just went there for the first time and I prayed and it was so cool.
oh, thanks. I look at it and I read that it says Melody, and I look up at you suspiciously, and I'm like,
They didn't have all the names. Sorry.
Okay. And then I'm gonna walk inside.
Hey, I'm back, everybody, and I got stuff. Check these out. Super cool keychains for everyone.
Oh, thanks. They
Mouth
never
half
got
full.
my name.
Oh, this is really close to my name. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it'll be. They didn't have everybody's name, but maybe it's something I can work on while we're on the road. We're gonna have that cart, and I can fix everybody's names while we're on the way to Candlekeep.
That seems productive.
No, I love it. I love it. I hardly
What's-
ever get presents.
What's this keychain made out of again?
It's like stainless steel. It's
Stainless
like
steel.
Is
They're
it a
like
bottle
shaped-
opener? Because that would be cool.
It's a
So
crescent
Roland-
shape, man.
Roland would
Huh?
say,
Oh yes, this is marvelous.
it's
put it on
actually
the-
it's an axe, and the axe head is a bottle opener.
That's pretty cool. Celeste would like that. Malady does not.
I clip it to one of the links. I clip it to one of the links of my mace. It's just like jiggling off of my mace too now.
Nice.
Party mace.
That's brutal.
Well,
So...
can we leave yet, or
I had one more stop I wanted to make, but I'll make it pretty quick. Again, if you wanted to see the shop, you all can come. But it's just whatever. It's just my dad's shop. Like yeah, it's
Kaylee
probably
hops
not
down.
that cool.
She's like, "Does he make cat toys?"
He makes all kinds of toys. I'm sure there's some toys that Slobber Chops would like.
I'm going.
You bring Slobber
Heronius
Chops
is-
too. It's a pet friendly store.
Good, because I was not leaving him outside.
Heronius is super let down from this falsely named Temple of Wonders. So he's gonna hang back and just be like, you know what, man? Thanks for the invitation, but I think I'm gonna sit this one out actually. Have a good time.
Yeah, I have a book I need to read.
Calvin, my sincerest apologies. I would love to meet your father, but I am half naked and covered in grime.
Yeah.
Can we
sure.
rain check until we return to Baldur's Gate, and I will meet him with fanfare?
Actually, I just realized he's half naked, covered in grime. So sure, I'd love to come to your dad's toy shop.
No, I actually would love to talk to you, Malady.
He pitches.
Okay, let's go.
He winks knowingly.
Oh my god.
Calvin.
Malady's like, why, God, why? I don't.
What have I
I'll
done?
save our conversation for next time. Enjoy your time meeting Calvin's father. Send my good wishes.
Oh god. And I close my black cloak around myself tighter and just scurry out of the room.
Calvin, all right, well, let's go. Come on, Appa. And heads off.
Perfect. So we've got Melody, Calvin, and Kaylee heading over there.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Let's meet your dad.
It's gonna be
Alright.
so much fun.
Calvin, you obviously know the way. You can lead there in just with as few as turns as possible. And as you approach, it's probably about like 6 o'clock now. It's starting to become dark. Street lights the lanterns are being lit by city folk. And as you approach the shop, you get this feeling in the pit of your stomach, like a knot all of a sudden, and the hairs on the back of your neck start to raise up as you feel something is not right. And as you race up to the shop, you notice that one of the windows of the shop has been broken, and it's completely dark inside, but it looks as if shelves have been overturned. And you see like and, the flat that your father owns that's above the shop, you see that the door to the flat is just hung loosely on one hinge, creaking ajar.
Oh shit. He bolts bolts up the stairs.
Hey, maybe wait. Just
Dad! Dad!
Oh my god. Okay.
Runs in.
Haley looks over at him and she's like, just runs in after him.
I'm like, okay. I walk, but I have a lot of distance between me and them, just in case whatever did this is still in there. You fucks.
That's us.
Yeah, you can hang back about 30 feet. The stairs go about 10 feet up to the second story.
Yeah, like if they're
And-
inside, I'm in the door. Like,
Yeah.
Looking for clues.
And Calvin, as you bolt upstairs and you step into the flat, you see the living room and the kitchen and, the doors to the bedroom. It looks as if it has just been overturned, furniture flipped over. It looks like, drawers in dressers have been rifled through. There's food everywhere on the kitchen floor, and there isn't any sign of your dad.
Fuck. Dad, he keeps screaming. Yeah, and it starts looking around for any kind of clues. He'll run back down into the shop and start looking around in there. Yeah, he's frantic.
Okay.
He's on both sides of himself right now.
Yeah, I think when you run back downstairs, Malady's gonna be like, hey, Calvin, hey, get it together, and
Yeah,
kind of
what?
clapping. Screaming is not gonna help the situation, okay? We need to calm down and figure out what's actually going on here without alerting the entire city. Okay? You got it? So let's just take a breather and look for some clues. Is there
Okay.
anywhere else your dad could be right now?
I mean, maybe the inn around the corner that they make his favorite pie there. It was where we'd go sometimes, but he wouldn't leave the shop like this. Like, what? I don't.
Okay, well maybe he wasn't here when this happened. Okay, so he might be fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. He's probably having some shepherd's pie. Yeah. Let me try and lock things up here as best I can, and then we'll go find him there.
Yeah, we'll go check. I'm
Yeah.
sure
So
he's fine.
are you actually stepping into the shop at all? To the workshop?
Yeah, because he's gonna try and board up the window at least. He's gonna try and secure the perimeter in case whatever.
So as you step inside, just from the glint of the lamplight outside, you make out small pools of blood on the counter and on the floor next to it.
Okay, let's just
Um,
cautiously go inside. It could have been anyone, okay? It could have been anyone. Just keep it together, buddy. And I'm just gonna kind of touch him on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, Kaylee, can you go first?"
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm sort of keeping a tight arm on Calvin as we walk in because I don't want him to do something stupid.
Oh, he's gonna do all the stupid
I know.
things.
That's why I'm like, I have you in my little tiefling death grip right now as we follow in behind Kaylee.
Yeah, Kaylee's just gonna kind of move forward cautiously, and is there a door that's closed?
Oh yeah,
Really
so
quick?
it look so the actual shop door is open. You can see as you peer in through the window, you can see the brick that was thrown through the window. And yeah, stepping inside, you see one whole shelf of, holding kids' toys and gizmos and gadgets has just been thrown onto the floor. There's just pieces of metal and cogs and gears everywhere.
Okay.
Let's keep looking.
It
gonna move-
clearly looks like there was some kind of struggle that happened here.
Yeah. She's gonna move towards the blood and kind of see what's going on there. Is
Yeah,
it just like a splatter pile, or does it have like a source, or?
Make an investigation, or yeah.
I would like to assist. I'm also kind of looking around and using my brain to
Cool.
to do clues. So advantage.
Okay, that's a 14.
So looking at it, when you take a close look to, like, there's a big kind of big like stand up place, made out of wood, where there's shop books and everything, and pencils and pens and everything, and you can see just on the edge of it there is like clearly like a bit of skin and like some blood. So it looked like maybe someone got their head bashed in, and then at the base of that is like a small puddle of blood.
Well, no bodies. That's good.
And there's
Okay.
definitely not enough blood in here for anyone to have been killed. So,
But where is he?
Probably having a victory
What-
drink for kicking someone's ass. Yeah,
Mm.
right? Okay.
Calvin
let's
is
keep
just
looking around.
he's like hyperventilating basically. He's just breathing like super heavily, trying not to freak the fuck out like he was a
Hey.
minute ago.
Hey, Calvin, why don't you look around and see if there's anything magical amiss? Huh, buddy? Look, why don't you use your
Yeah.
monocle? Now that makes you happy. I'm gonna kind of like hit
Science.
you.
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
shoulder.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna look for more clues. And yeah, he'll turn on his monocle of magic detection and go over to the window and start picking up like pieces of the different toys and models and everything else that has been sort of strewn around.
So looking around, you see all of like any of the items that you recognize as having any magic that he would have made. You recognize those immediately. You notice on the door and windows was like the residue of some kind of enchantment that was cast on them that has since worn off. So magic was cast on it, to maybe kind of seal the doors and windows, something to deal with warding them somehow.
And that's new. That wasn't.
Yeah, that's
okay.
not something you would register as normal.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, did your dad have any enemies that you can think of?
No, he did work for everyone in all of the all three levels of the city. He was just he was a neighborhood like fix-it guy and toy maker. Nobody had anything against him. He never did anything to make anyone angry.
Huh.
Maybe we can ask your neighbors, since everybody likes him, if they saw anything weird happen.
Yeah. There's stuff on there's magic residue on the doors in the windows. It's an enchantment magic. I don't know what it could have been, what they could have used it for. I don't know.
Could I do an Arcana check to try
Absolutely.
and assess what the heck is going on? Ooh, okay. That's 14 on the die. So plus 7 is a 21.
Very nice.
Good.
So
good God.
immediately the things that come to mind, I mean, without specifically looking at it or seeing it cast or seeing it in effect, it's hard to make a guess.
Yeah.
But your educated guess would be either some kind of protection spell to keep people out,
Like a
or
glyph of warding.
yeah, perhaps a glyph of warding, or something to maybe deaden the noise of stuff that was happening within or conceal what was happening within the shop
Huh.
to keep onlookers from, making running to the authorities or maybe it comes to mind.
Got it.
Keep people
So
from intervening.
this could be. Are there any traces of a glyph of warding? Because I'm hoping it's a glyph of warding that his dad put there instead of like a team of people got here and cast silence so they could torture him quietly. That's what I'm thinking it was.
There is no sign of a glyph.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm thinking that whoever did this, one, they are arcanely talented, and two, they probably wanted something your dad had. Can you think of anything he would have had that other people would have been interested in?
No, I mean, not other than the kind of things that are around here. Um, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, Calvin is at a loss of why anyone would want to hurt his dad or anything. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Does this? Do you think this has something to do with what we did?
I
Is
mean,
this my fault?
no, I mean, we killed
No.
everyone, or got them
Yeah.
locked up. So I don't
Okay.
think it's your fault, buddy.
Okay.
I think your dad might have been mixed up in something, well, maybe not altogether legal.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So you can, and he's gonna go back over to where the all the books are and start like looking through them and just be like, no, see, this was he, he's got this mark next to this account, and
Okay, I
that's
mean,
because that's the that's the baker.
I'm just saying,
that lives
running
2
a toy
blocks
shop
over
in this
and-
economy, you know what I mean? Like,
What?
Yeah. Refugees have put a real stress on the economy.
Yeah, I just want to keep looking around too to kind of see like if there's like any, there's signs of struggle, if anything indicates kind of like what direction any bodies or anything was taken, try to find a trail of sorts.
Yeah. So with your investigation and looking definitely more closely now at the ground and looking for track marks or, anything like that, it clearly looks as if someone was dragged out of this place. But as you step out onto the street, it's impossible to tell where because of all the foot traffic that happens constantly.
yeah. Can we tell how fresh is the blood? How long ago did this happen?
It's sticky and dried up, probably at least a couple hours old.
That's not great.
I'm going to be like, hey, Slobber Chops, can you smell this puddle of blood, little guy? And I don't know, I know that there's a lot going around, but maybe you can like find out where it went.
Track
Like-
cat.
Yeah.
And yeah, Slobber Chops kind of like puts their flat face right next to the ground, then sniffs up into the air and starts heading back down towards the outer city. Pretty much the way you came.
I think she has a scent or she's hungry. I really don't know.
Hard to tell.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll that's something. We can follow Slobber Chops for now. I still want to fix this real quick, and he slaps up just like a piece of wood over the window and fixes the lock on the door if that was broken, and locks everything up behind the apartment upstairs and the shop itself, and puts a sign up that says closed indefinitely.
Sad.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, and so if you let Slobberchops lead you, they eventually make their way over to a sewer grate and grab a rat and eat it, and then look at you like, "What? What do you want from me?"
Eh?
Can
They were just hungry.
by the toy shop, are there any like street people like hanging out? Like, somebody maybe hanging out in the alley, or like someone homeless, or someone who might hang out in the area that I could talk to.
You see one half elf. He's standing around the corner smoking a cigarette.
Hey, and I'll kind of like separate myself and be like, I'll be right back. Hey, friend, you been hanging out here for a couple hours?
Yeah. Shift starts pretty soon, and waiting for the wife to get off work. So yeah, I've been hanging out 3 hours maybe.
Have you noticed anything happening at the toy shop over there?
Oh, that was not a great scene. Yeah, I saw this guy. He maybe was the shop owner, not really sure, but he was dragged out
Yeah, Fire
by this.
Genasi.
No, he was a human guy. But yeah, he was dragged out. He didn't look like he was conscious. He looked like he had a big gash in his head. Pretty brutal stuff. But the Flaming Fists were they escorted him out with a couple other tough looking guys, and I think there was some noble lady there too, but I didn't get a really good look at her face, but yeah, they were dragging him away down that way.
The Flaming Fist took him, huh?
Yeah, well, they came up a little bit later. Like the two guys were carrying him out, and the Flaming Fist came up to see what the whole ruckus was about, and basically said that he was a political prisoner who had done something wrong against the noble lady. Nobles always get their fucking way, so the Flaming Fist just kind of escorted them out.
Does this noble lady look like Helen Mirren, just by any chance?
Yeah, gray hair, pretty, yeah, kind of silver fox situation. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks so much, friend. Hope your wife gets off soon.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of backpedal. You are never gonna believe who actually was a traitor. I think Helen Mirren might have had something to do with your dad's disappearance. I was talking to a local, and apparently she and two guys. Is your dad a human?
Yeah.
How? Okay. So maybe we should ask her.
Yeah. Well, what else did he say?
The Flaming Fist came up, but they did fuck all like usual. And mentioned, they spun some story about your dad being a political prisoner, which I'm sure is just a load of crap. So
yeah, it is. And Calvin looks serious, and his eyes start to like burn brighter, like coals like heating up. Yeah, we need to ask her questions.
Okay. But before we do that, I think we should probably get our big boys. Okay? I'm gonna pat him again.
Yeah. Let's get everybody.
Well,
Okay.
should we talk to the noble lady or should we talk to the Flaming Fist? They're under new management.
Well, the Flaming Fist didn't do anything when they saw a man getting dragged out of. So I don't know what the hell illusions you still have about them, but I don't think they're going to help.
Okay. She just kind of like shines her little badge for a second.
Calvin takes out the wallet that he made and just throws it on the ground.
Ooh, yeah, Calvin, I'm turning you to the dark side. We hate authority here.
All right, what's the plan, fam?
Let's get
the squad.
Hero and
Yeah.
Roland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you make your way back down to the outer city. It's probably about 8 o'clock now. It's definitely well into the depths of night.
So yeah, Calvin like gets to the door and he just slams it open.
Smoke comes out, I imagine.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
Rhea and
appears I have done what's called hot boxing, Calvin.
Rhea and Falister
Got
are
it.
definitely happy to smoke with Hero.
Ooh.
He coughs.
We have to go ask that noble lady questions. What was her name again, Roland? The one that we left with Lady Vanthamper.
Tyr Hune.
Tyr Hune, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
She
What
took my
kind of
dad.
question?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean?
Daddy wasn't there?
No. The shop was broken into. And
Ew.
everything was destroyed. And they hurt him. And they took him. And they need to know where and why.
Well, she should still be arrested, right? Or was she there?
There was someone who was outside who saw her and some hired goons dragging my dad out with a gash on his head, and then the flaming fists didn't do anything when they showed up, and they took him somewhere, and I don't know, but it's somewhere down here in the lower city.
No, I think they might have taken him back to her estate. The lower
Wait.
city was just your fabulous creatures lead.
Oh, I thought I heard Sage say that they went off in that direction.
Oh, did they? I thought Slobberchops was
Which-
just eating a rat down there.
Yeah. This was I thought the elf told you that they went off in a direction towards the lower city.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, back towards down.
Oh,
Yeah, not definitely not in the direction of the upper city, but the opposite direction.
then yes.
Somewhere down here.
Well, let's go
Indeed.
punch him.
Yeah. Punch. Click, click.
Got it, brother. Let's hit the road.
All right.
Roland stands up, and you see he's got most of the armor on at this point, and he's fastening the last couple pieces as you walk. This great sword on his back.
It looks really nice. You did a good job.
Thank you. It was arduous work, and I hated it.
Eh.
Worth it in the end.
But he
Let's
fist
go.
bumps you anyway.
Oh.
What is it with this group and this? Ugh. Ugh.
All right. Well, let's just start asking about a noble lady because she's going to stand out down here.
Yeah. And the guy getting dragged around unconscious. I mean, I know that they, cover in their neighborhoods here, but somebody had to see something. And I've got plenty of gold too, so I'll just, that gets information.
So do
Probably.
we want to just like ask random people around? What is the exact plan here?
I would like to talk to Thieves Guild people, and see if they know like a hideout thing that Helen Mirren might, or a base somewhere she operates out of.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I honestly don't remember the character's name, so it's
Satyr
just
Hune.
Hune.
Satyr. Okay, Satyr.
Duke
I remember
not-
it has
no,
a
not
bunch
a
of
dude.
eyes in it.
Yeah. SATIIR
Yep.
HHUNE.
Satyr
letter.
Hune. Unnecessary
HH.
vowels. Yeah.
Shoot.
So I would like to ask contacts, maybe pull some favors
Mm-hmm.
to see if they know. I mean, if there's a noble woman staying down on lower side, somebody's got to know about it.
Yeah, so definitely you can, ask around to the usuals, and you come to who would be the first person that you would approach?
Let's see. Let's call him Jeb Silvertongue.
Jeb Silvertongue.
Yep.
You know he's hanging down by the docks, because that is to be a hotbed of
Mhm.
smuggling and nefarious activity.
Yeah, if there's anyone who's gonna know a rumor, it's gonna be Jeb.
Jeb.
His sweet,
Uh,
sweet stories.
Talk to Jeb. Yeah.
Papa Jeb. Yep. He tells
Jeb!
he tells stories to the children down by the docks,
yes.
but also knows
Children.
everything that happens around there. You know.
Yeah,
as long
you
as
can
you buy
definitely,
him a drink.
yeah, definitely make your way on over there. There is, yeah, of course, a tavern right at the end of the docks for all the sailors.
Yep.
Called the Salty Clam. You know that's where you'll find Jeb.
I go to the salty clam. If you all, well, I'm gonna go talk to some people and see what I can dig up. I would invite you, but I don't want to.
What's the salty clam special?
They have salted clams. Right in the name.
They're known for their
Probably-
whiskey and picklebacks.
Oh,
It's
you need
it's
some
a-
backup,
it's a-
lady. I'm there for you.
okay. I guess one of you can go.
We'll look for clues out here. We'll find something.
Okay. All right, hero. Let's go.
Yes, ma'am.
You probably look like you fit in best there. Honestly.
You know, this silver tongue fellow sounds like someone I might know.
Maybe.
It kind of sounds like my type of crowd, but who
you know,
knows?
You
Memory.
well, you spend a lot of time on the ocean, right? You keep talking
Oh,
about it.
yes. Oh, yes. Sure do.
Okay. Great.
So the Salty Clam, it's got these huge gaping holes in the walls that have just been eaten away of day after day of sea air. And inside it's just a ruckus of broken billiards tables and, just grizzled sailors. And you see Jeb Silvertongue in the corner, going through a round of 3 Dragon Ante, fleecing all these poor individuals.
All right. Well, and I'm just like, just make sure, I don't know, just cover me, but don't talk to me. Okay. I say to hero. And then I'll go over and I'll buy like a big mug of ale for Jeb, as is customary. And I'll kind of walk over to the table and like, slide it down in front of him and be like, Jeb, you're just cleaning out these people at this point. How about you take on a real challenge?
Ah, my good friend. You have brought me a wonderful gift. And he flicks you a gold piece for bringing the beer over. That is for business.
Why don't you? And I kind of tap it down. Hang on to that. Unfortunately, this isn't just a pleasure call.
Oh, well, what can I do you for, my lady?
And I'm kind of like looking at the people he's playing with just to make sure they're cool. I give like the little thieves can't like gang signs.
Yeah, and they and they definitely like they're rifling through their pockets to see if they have any more coin, and they like only like pull up like a couple coppers worth and just go and sit sadly at the bar.
Yep.
and order their last pint before going home.
So turns out there's someone I'm looking for that might have been grabbed by a noble lady who's some kind of, I don't know, lair, some kind of business she's doing in Lower Town. Satir Hune.
Oh, that lady. Woo!
I just need a place she might have taken someone. And if you happen to know what she might be doing with these poor townsfolk she's been grabbing.
So I didn't see it personally, but a friend of mine over in Little Calamshan told me that they saw her getting into the back of a wagon with a bunch of crates and barrels, and then some some guy was driving the wagon. They were able to leave the city, right across, Worms Crossing. I don't know where they were headed to, but getting out of the city clearly.
Got it. Any idea what she'd be doing with just people she's grabbing off the street?
Yeah, I didn't see her. I didn't hear about any bodies in the back or anything. I don't know. There's just a whole bunch of luggage and crates and stuff. But I mean, with the way shit is now, I don't blame anyone for getting out of this shithole while they can. I figure we're next.
Yeah, that's the damn truth. All right. Well, thanks, Jeb. You've been a pal. You enjoy that.
Always do.
Be nice to them. They're from out of town, clearly.
They're the easy ones, though.
All right, and I'll scoop up. What is Hero doing when I'm ready to scoop you up? What have you gotten into?
I have like a bucket of clams in front of me, and I've been guzzling them down. But like, I kept my right ear available to see if anything happened in your area. But he's also pretty distracted by his salty clams. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Everything go well?
Yeah, we can leave now. I'm looking
All right.
distastefully at your bucket of clams.
I dropped some silver or whatever this is worth and grab my bucket and take it with me on the road back.
Like 50 coppers for a bucket of fried clams.
Ooh, nice.
Man.
Which are actually just bull's testicles.
I see. So they're land clams.
Land clams.
Rocky Mountain clams.
Gotcha. They're a little bit different than the ones I remember having out on sea, but not bad.
Still chewy.
All right.
What next?
I'll come back and report that. As if she's out of the city. Is heading over that crossing, does that happen to be the way to Candlekeep by any twist of fate?
Yes.
Interesting.
It is the only way to Candlekeep.
Hey, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think your dad is, been absconded with. The lady who arranged all this was seen heading out to Candlekeep today. So...
Do we need to go?
Ah.
Now.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Where is that? They said they were going to give us a cart. Where do we go pick up the cart and then we can go? I don't have to get anything else. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I think we had to check in with the Flaming Fist again. Ugh.
They said that they would have a mule-laden cart ready for you at the gate that is at the opening of Worms Crossing.
Well then, let's just go. Go? Yeah. I don't know. Do you have any more arts and crafts, Roland, that you have to do, or you good?
Nope. Roland is frozen.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
If you don't engage, she eventually gives up.
Wisdom for the ages.
I
Roland
rolled
is-
my eyes.
Yeah, you all can make your way to the very, very edge of the city where is the gate that leads out over Worms Crossing. And as you approach, you can tell the Flaming Fist guards that, hey, we're the people that we expected the cart. And they're like, oh, we weren't expecting you till morning, and start hurrying around to grab the shit for you that they were supposed to pack. And eventually after 10 minutes, pull it all together, and you get a cinnamon colored mule and a cart full of fresh water and foods and general kind of supplies like bedrolls, some blankets and stuff.
Is it possible to go to the stables and purchase a horse?
Yeah, you can upgrade. For
I
your mule.
shall purchase a draft horse for myself and anyone else who needs it.
I don't feel comfortable on those things. But thanks.
I already feel really close with this mule. I'm naming them Cinnamon because they look like cinnamon.
Her
Sure,
name's Sugar.
We don't want
The full name.
get
Her
Cinnamon
name is
Sticks.
Cinnamon.
a horse to pull the cart.
I require
Instead
a
of a
horse
mule?
not to kill this mule halfway to Candlekeep.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if we get a horse for the cart, it'll take less time, right? That's how. Yeah. No.
Have the dog pull it, along with the mule. Get the cat involved
How
too.
expensive are horses?
That's not what Appa's for. He's the
They're not
Allied
crazy
Patrol
expensive.
and Protection Automaton,
Whatever it
not
says
the
in
cart
the
pulling
A
automaton.
war horse is nuts, but just a draft horse is pretty cheap. I think it's 25 gold.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh shit.
Well, I think the mule will do us just fine. If
Ew.
Roland here needs to have his own transportation, I don't see a problem with that.
I will also buy a horse. As fun as sitting in the back of a cart with all of you seems.
Why you gotta take it there, man?
A draft horse is 50, a riding horse is 75, and a pony is 30.
Wow, a draft horse is more? Or less
No.
expensive than a riding horse?
Mm-hmm.
Riding horses are well trained.
Calvin is gonna occupy himself while the guards are getting the rest of the things together by going over the cart and making sure that the axles are greased and tightened down, and this cart is in perfect working order. It will get to Candlekeep.
However small a peace of mind it brings you that.
He'll take it.
Yeah, and you all are ready and set on your way. Out in the pitch darkness of night. And as you cross over Worm's Crossing, I mean, this is a massive bridge. It is 10 lanes wide. Like, so you imagine like freeways, like lanes. And it's bisected by this stone barrier that's about 4 feet tall. So you have about 5 lanes on each side. And there are patrols of flaming fist soldiers going up and down. And as you approach towards the middle, there is this kind of small rocky island that forms up this natural tunnel around the bridge. And on top of it, you see this huge fortress that is, it has the banners bearing the coat of arms of both the Flaming Fist and Baldur's Gate. And so this, as you know, is called Worm's Rock and is the Flaming Fist headquarter for all of the Sword Coast. And this bridge is about a mile wide, so you get across, to the other side, and it leads to a nice, well-worn, kind of trade path that you can follow. You're going to follow for about 75 miles and then take a right and go another 75 miles towards Candlekeep.
Oh boy.
And as you head out, it's been a couple of hours, and you see that even in the dark of night, the full moon is hidden behind these dark clouds that threaten rain. And just about 50 feet down the road, you can see there's this farmer who's struggling to pull their horse and cart out of a trench that's on the side of the road. And they begin to, as they turn and see you, and they begin to wave you down like, could you all lend a hand here? I seem to be caught in a real pickle, as they're like stuck in this muddy trench.
Perception check.
Yeah. We've learned from Venture Maidens.
Mhm.
Malady decided after all that she couldn't spend the money for a horse, so she's huddled miserably in her cloak, like in the corner of the cart.
Calvin he's up front driving. He also has dark vision, so yeah, he just kind of puts himself there and proceeds to start driving the cart and doesn't say a word.
That's nice.
So what was your perception check, Coronius?
It's quite appropriate because I have no pluses in that category. So he's really just like paranoid from how many blunts he's been smoking. He's had at least 3 during this
God.
Oh god.
Yeah, hearing this
Jesus
voice all of a
Christ.
sudden out of the darkness, and it's like,
Yeah.
ah, shit.
Immediately sus. But I rolled a 13.
So yeah, you can just see this farmer desperately trying to pull this horse out. This horse is struggling. It's, just trying desperately to get out, and attached to it still is this covered wagon, and out the back of it are all these, wooden crates and overturned barrels, and it looks like they crashed in there.
I'll help. Keep going. I can
Helpful?
get the cart.
I'm not very strong, but I mean, if you can catch up, I just feel bad leaving.
Oh, thank you all so much. I can't tell you. I was getting to be afraid that I was gonna have to put this horse down, and I really didn't want to do that, But so if we can get her out, she's my prize mare, and he starts trying to lead the horse out of the trench. And
Have you tried scaring her?
well, she's mighty scared already, I can tell you that. We almost got struck by lightning. That's when I veered this cart over to the side and end up in this goddamn ditch.
Well, do we have any leather straps that we can hook up our extra horse and try to help pull everything out?
Anyone got rope?
Yeah, I think we all have
we
rope.
We all have rope.
Yeah, and there's definitely like 200 feet of rope in the cart that was ready for you. Like they basically gave you 4 like explorers packs.
Sick.
I'll be in the back pushing.
Kaylee's gonna jump down and just start like tying a bunch of knots and like strapping things to our cart and to Roland's horse and everything like that.
And
Malady
suddenly,
is still hunched in the wagon.
Calvin hasn't gotten down from the driver's seat either, and in fact he's actually pulled out his crossbow, and it's just like sitting across his lap, like, and he's tapping his foot impatiently.
Well, heave ho, everybody.
so I guess if you all want to make like a survival check, maybe to see how you fix these things all together and try and lead this horse and cart out.
For me, I think Roland would let Kaylee strap whatever to the horse she's doing, and will just grab a hold of like the bit and bridle and stuff on this fucking horse and just pull as hard as he can.
Get the fuck out of this ditch.
Make an athletic check.
I will
for that.
whisper Kaylee's name, and you can add a d4. You are blessed.
Ooh. Oh.
There, I'm helping.
Okay. I got a 23 then for my survival check.
Oh yeah, you're like, oh yeah, this is definitely gonna hold. We're definitely gonna get this going. And
I rolled a
Roland?
5.
21. 18
All right.
plus 3.
Roland's untold strength is able to easily give that horse the extra oomph it needed to get some purchase on the muddy grass, and you see it begin to jostle and pull itself out.
Hero is like giving everything he's got into this leap to thrust his whole body into the back of the cart, but the moment he would have touched it, the other two managed to jostle it forward, and I fall face down into the dirt.
It's like when someone's like, help me lift this couch, and then you're like, yeah, and they're like holding all the weight, and you're like, okay, I guess I'm helping.
Yeah, 3 people moving a couch.
Yeah, you're the person in the middle, like,
Exactly. And as the cart is pulled out of this trench and it reaches flat ground, suddenly the sides and top fall down, and you see none other than Helen Mirren.
Whoa!
Crossbow bolt to the eyeball right
Okay,
now.
Helen Mirren.
Holding in her arms, she has got Calvin's dad, who is bound and tied with a gag in his mouth and a blade to his neck. And she looks immediately at Em and says, "You have something I need."
You. No, I don't.
Let go of my dad!
And she's got one hand on the dagger over his neck, and she uses her other hand and she begins to cast a spell, and she begins to cast Dispel Magic on M's disguise. That is protecting the shield.
But how did she know?
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
I want to throw a hand axe at her.
All right, let's roll some initiative.
Yeah, I want to do a lot of
Yay.
shit. God damn it.
Oh Jesus! All right, different.
Calvin got a 19.
Kaylee got a 12.
M got an 18.
I got a 5.
Again, Hero got a 5. What did Roland get?
A 19. Calvin would go first, I believe.
Yeah, I would imagine. All right.
Yeah, he's got a
Damn
dex
it.
of
Why
14.
are you all around the fucking cart? Oh.
We're just trying to
We're
help.
helpful.
Shout, move.
Move!
Oh,
All right, so Calvin, you will be the first to act.
she's got a knife like to his throat.
Yeah.
She's also casting a spell. You know, you might be able to slip something in there.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right. Calvin's he's gonna start yelling. He's like, yeah, M, what do you have? Like, what is it? What does she want? And
I
then
don't
he's gonna
know.
start
She's
yelling.
crazy, Calvin.
He's gonna start yelling at her. He didn't do anything. He's not part of this. Whatever you want, you talk to Malady about it. Let him go.
No, that's my name.
M. Talk to M about it. Well, I knew it was close to Melody.
I don't know how he did. That's why I suspiciously stared at him.
And then, yeah, but he's not gonna act yet, other than to give Appa a nudge, and it's gonna and run towards the other cart, and he's just gonna hold his crossbow at the ready, to try and take a shot if he thinks he's got one.
Okay. So yeah, hold a shot for an opportune moment.
Yeah.
Roland, what would you like to do?
Do I believe that there's a way I could touch Calvin's father without encroaching so much that this lady kills him? I don't know what she has him at, like knife point or just magic point or something. But if I can touch him, I have an idea. If not, then I'll just really hurt her until she stops doing things.
So you think the way that, like, if you could sneak up from behind and touch him, that would be an option, maybe, to go undetected behind her. But otherwise, if you get the sense that if you try and touch him, like, from the front or make any hostile gestures going towards her, that she's going to slit his throat.
Okay. Well, this is rough times. He's not very good at miracles or spells, Roland. But he does keep one prepared for such an eventuality. He's going to hold his holy symbol of Kelemvor that dangles around his neck, weighted golden scales. He's going to grab it and whisper a prayer and cast Hold Person on my good lady Hune. And she needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Love that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. Roll shitty.
21.
Yeah, you beat it, no problem. And he says,
Well, that's right. If you hurt him,
he says, with his hands up, not holding his sword,
you will make an enemy of me.
he says.
All are already my enemies, for you hold something that is mine.
You can have it, by my accounts.
Take it,
Good.
whatever it is.
Give me the shield, and I will leave him to you. That is all I am here for what is rightfully mine.
Well, then you come over here and you face me yourself. Put down that innocent old man. Let's settle this. And I flip over my staff and I go like wizard fight pose.
Is that going to be all for you on your turn, Roland?
That's it.
Em, it's your turn.
Okay, wizard fight pose. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and try and cast suggestion. So I'll have her make a wisdom
Alright.
saving throw.
Okay. 21 again.
Bitch.
Woo!
Pudding. Okay.
Blam!
Then, since my magic wasn't gonna do it, I'm gonna go ahead and make a. Could I do like a say a thing and try and make a persuasion, or
Sure.
am I out?
What would you like to say?
Okay. The shield has chosen me, and you'll have to prove yourself worthy by facing me one-on-one if you want it back. Okay, that is going to be a 19 on the persuasion.
She just snarls back. I have seen what you have done to those cultists down there. I have seen what you have done to Lady Vanthamper, what you did to that bearded devil. I am no fool. Either you present to me the shield and you receive his father, or he dies. It is simple. Make your choice. And it is her turn. And she is gonna... She is gonna sling some big old blue arcane force bolts at people as she casts magic missile. And so M is going to receive all 3.
Yeah. You.
And take 13 damage.
Ow.
So you get pelted with bolts.
As she goes to cast this spell and begins making all these gestures, I'd like to take a shot at that because she's got to, get out and gesture and do her wizard bullshit.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want to take a shot at at her shoulder when that happens. That is, that's a good one. That's a 26.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Sweet. That will be 6 magical piercing damage.
Very cool. And then Kaylee.
So is she like, would you say, kind of distracted by everybody else? Because basically what I would like to do is kind of have Kaylee try to sneak up stealthily behind her in preparation to try to disarm the dagger from him.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and try.
Okay. Stealth, that's a 19 on the die, plus 7, so 26 to stealth.
You feel that you have not been noticed.
Excellent. So how do I go about like trying to basically pull the dagger away?
Punch it out of her hand.
I mean, I
break her arm.
Can I stab her hand away with my dagger?
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
There's a disarm, isn't there?
When
I
in
would
doubt,
say-
stab it out. Yes.
Go ahead and make your attack, and then she'll make a strength saving throw to see if she can keep a hold of her weapon, or to keep a hold of like her grapple on him.
Okay. It's a 12 plus 8.
Against your key save DC.
You're still blessed, so add a d4.
12 plus 8 plus 4. So 24.
Definitely
to
hits.
attack. And then my key save. What the fuck is that? Where is that?
Should be 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom.
Okay. Wisdom is plus 3, 11, and then our proficiency is plus 2 right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So 13.
So you managed to strike her, but she immediately compensates for your strike, noticing that you're trying to disarm her or get into her way, and she actually just she clenches even tighter to him and picks up her foot and just kind of gives you a shove in the kneecap real quick. No tricks. I'm smarter than that. You don't get to be where I am by being a fool.
Well, then I guess I'm going to awkwardly stand behind her.
But
Because
you
I've
do get to,
been slapped.
you get to do damage though.
Oh, I do? Yay.
Yeah, but she's onto your plot.
Your games.
Is Calvin's dad conscious at this point?
He's conscious.
Okay.
And you can see
Now, Dad, get the fuck out of there.
You see his hands and and his legs are tied together, and he has a gag in his mouth, and so he's like struggling against these binds.
Damn it.
Okay.
So 7 points magical stabs, and then 4 points fire damage.
Nice. Ouch. It boys. Anything else for you?
I'm just gonna wait it out because I have already killed somebody and I don't want to make another one your dad. That's kind of gonna fuck with our party dynamic. So gonna stand at the ready.
Very cool. And you see the farmer that had flagged you down all of a sudden transmutes into this red-skinned, fiendish-looking creature with these large, red, leathery wings and little horns, and its shepherd's crook just shifts and twists into this horrible, hell-forged weapon and takes to the air.
Sick.
And fucking metal and just shoots fire at Roland.
My friend.
And ooh, that is hot garbage. I'm assuming a 12 does not hit your AC, Roland.
It does not.
And so yeah, it shoots just to the right of you, this blast of fire. And then Rhea and Fallister jump from the back of the wagon, ready to help their companions'
Thank God.
arms. Rhea pulling out her sword, misses just as this winged creature takes flight, and Fallister's arrow just, pings off of its armor. And then Hero, it's your turn. And then we'll be back up to Calvin.
All right. I have two ideas in my head. Either I'm going to just run at the dad and try to tackle him out of her clutches, or just throw a hand axe at the back, on her shoulder blade. Which one should I try?
I would say tackle. I mean, she's a mage, so, she gotta be weak.
Yeah, I'd say, tackle. Get him, if you can get him out of immediate stabbing range, like coup de grace status, then that would be amazing. Then we can just unload on her.
Yeah.
You got it, man. All right.
Yes, please.
Unload on Helen Mirren.
Is that, what are we doing?
Bitch.
Athletics or strength?
Yeah, so it would be in athletics, and she will either, because you're basically trying to shove her, so she will make an opposed dex.
22.
That's cocked.
Hell yeah.
21.
Yes.
You win. Fuck you, Helen Mirren.
Mhm.
I got you, daddy.
Oh my God.
All right, so yeah, you managed to just tackle her, and do you want to shove her to the ground or just shove her back?
No, to the ground.
Oh yeah, so you can definitely
In
just-
that mud puddle.
Ah!
Mm.
You
Yeah.
aim right for the knees, and it catches her off balance after she was swatted away, Kaylee. And yeah, she just tumbles back off of this cart and just right over the muddy trench. And you see poor Calvin's dad is it's like
Poor dad.
trying to hop off the cart and sits on the edge of it. All right, so that would be your attack. Anything else for you?
Well, I think that's it.
Cool,
I'll
cool,
get up and try and back up.
for sure.
I don't
Calvin.
think I could pin her down.
Back up to Calvin.
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna jump off the cart at this point and run towards the other cart,
Mhm.
and try and pull his dad off of it.
Mhm.
Pull him safe. Yeah. And then that'll take my action, I assume, right? To get him out of there.
I would say because he's like trying to help you and like hops along, you can like that it would cost like half your movement to move him,
Okay.
as if you were dragging someone.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna shocking grasp this bitch. For fucking with my dad. Yeah. So,
Word
is
up.
she wearing any metal?
She is not.
Yeah, that's fine. That is a 18 to hit.
You see, just as you reach out with your electrifying hand, she throws up an arcane ward to block you.
Whatever, that's fine. I'll come back. And then drag. He's gonna drag his dad as far away as he can and say, sicker Appa. And Robot Corgi is gonna go, and she's prone, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Advantage. That's gonna be. Oh wait, there's my doggo. Plus 4, 15.
Will not do it.
All right, that's fine.
And then Roland.
So she topples when Hero pushes her out onto the mud and lands like on her back and still has her dagger. Ugh. And then there's this shocking grasp and she throws up this ward. And this dog runs over and can't get through the magic. And she turns to look at where Calvin's father has hopped off to and just sees Roland, all 6'7" of him, looking down like dutifully at her.
I told you you'd be my enemy.
And he's going to shake off the shield off of his arm and grab this fucking greatsword and bring it down on her fucking head.
Nice.
Oh my god, I love it.
Okay, so that was an 18 on the die. Hold on with me. That was an 18 on the die, 19, 20. That's a 21 for the swing. Don't tell me if it hits.
Okay.
He is going to use his channel divinity to make that a plus 10 on the roll. So he's going to roll a 31 to hit her with this greatsword.
It 31
hold on.
definitely does it.
Hold on. I did have advantage because she's prone, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's lower. So yeah. Just straight down at her. 5 and 5, 10, 13, 14 points of slashing damage.
Hell
Ooh,
yeah.
you easily
Nice.
cleave through this arcane ward.
You know, why not? I'm also going to use War Priest and make a second attack and see if I can hit it.
Yay.
Oh,
Since she's
yeah.
prone and she's here, you know.
Mm.
Mhm.
Another swing. 19.
That will ping off her ward.
Okay. So that one glances off and sticks in the mud. And he gets like so close. He's so close to her. Just so he's right there.
Malady or M.
Okay. With my arcane eyes, does it look like she cast shield? Can I?
Absolutely.
Okay, got it. All right. So no magic missiles then. I also cast shield, so I figure Am would recognize that and know not to be a dummy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
And where is this demon now? This devil
Uh,
is flying?
It is about 20 feet up in the air,
Rad.
raining fire.
Could I potentially identify what type of devil this is? with my
Sure.
tiefling brain.
Yeah, make a history or nature
Arcana.
or arcana. There's no like knowledge the planes anymore.
I
so-
know it's dumb. 17.
So you identify that this is a cambion, which is it isn't specifically a devil, but it is a
Devil
fiend,
spawn.
and is the offspring of a succubus or an incubus and a human. And now
Oh,
as you're kind of looking at it, kind of looks like Helen Mirren.
ew. Ew. Okay.
She was a succubus.
God damn
This
it.
whole time we
Helen.
called it.
Helen.
We knew.
Fucking Mirren. You saucy bitch.
Mm-mm.
God damn it. Okay. Well,
For
fuck.
everyone keeping along at home, Satir Hune is Helen Mirren. Just they keep calling her Helen Mirren. That's Satir Hune. That's the noble lady who we're fighting.
Mhm.
Okay. Jesus Christ. All right. Is Helen Mirren within 60 feet of me?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. I would like her to make a Constitution saving throw as I whip out my staff, and a sickly green ray comes from it.
Natural 1.
Yay! Okay. All right. You are poisoned, my friend.
Rude.
And you also woohoo, double 7s. So you're gonna take 14 poison damage, and you are poisoned until the end of your next turn. So disadvantage on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Malady's like, suck it! And then she leaps out of the cart and crawls underneath it. So I have cover.
Nice.
So
okay,
I am
cool.
on my hands and knees underneath the cart.
Underneath this cart.
So I don't know if half cover, full cover, whatever. I can't get hit.
You absolutely have full cover
Oh, yes.
from the flying cambion.
Great. I'm cool
And-
under here now. That's
Cool.
me.
Helen Mirren is really upset. She's not having a great time.
She's a dick. so
She throws forward her hands, and Roland, you're right there. You're so close.
whatever.
I believe you're the only one who's immediate. Oh, and Kaylee, you will be in range as she casts burning hands. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
At least I'm good at those.
Helen Mirren.
22.
15.
15 will not make it. So with full damage, that will be 14 damage, half 7. As you get blasted with a cone of fire.
Everyone's after my fucking hair. I swear to God.
Mhm.
This
It's
fucking
true.
game.
It's my best feature.
And then Kaylee, it's your turn.
Through the singed little lady just comes up just furious and is just gonna stab at her with her dagger and just war crying. This is just a straight roll, right? Not advantage.
She's still on the ground, so you can have advantage. She didn't bother getting up.
You're also blessed.
Yep. I remembered that for sure. Okay.
Always remember.
So- Thank you. 26 to hit.
Oh yes, that'll do.
Hell yeah.
All right. So that's going to be 4 points of fire damage
Mhm.
and 9 points of magical stabs. And then I'm going to bonus action flurry of blows.
Please hit.
And +1.
Add the D4.
I did.
Okay, good.
I keep rolling ones now for this. But that's okay because I got a 17 plus 1 plus 5. So
That'll do it. How would you
Cool.
like to punch Helen Mirren to death?
Yeah. Get out of here, Helen. Get out. It's Helen. Oh, shit. We didn't even know.
So many levels.
Oh, fuck.
So Kaylee just like comes at her from the side as she's like staring at the bigger opponent of the two, and she just like stabs her and then grabs around her face with her hand and just like pulls her neck and hears a snap.
Oh shit. Brutal.
And then she
Brutal.
just falls down and then like turns and looks at the flying Cambion. She's like, looks at Roland, goes, throw me.
Oh my god. All right. And it is the Cambion's turn as he continues to rain fire. Now on Kaylee and Heronius. And we'll hit both of you. Kaylee, you will take 12 fire damage. Hero, you'll take 10 fire damage as you just get blasted by these balls of fire as he flies continuously around. Rhea isn't able to reach it with her sword, so you see she drops it and picks up her longbow and just misses as this thing deftly bobs in the air below her shot. And Baldur does hot garbage too. God, guys. And then Hero, it's your turn.
All right. Well, now she still hasn't gotten up.
So Helen Mirren is dead.
Yes.
The
Oh,
only
wow.
the only combatant you have left is the flying devilish looking creature in the air.
I don't know if I could reach him in any way.
Yeah, he's about 20 feet up.
Fuck. Well, you know what? We're gonna try. We're gonna try and follow him with our hand axe and like time it just right, like good 5 feet ahead of it to try and get him to fly in.
Sure, for sure.
Oh, dang it. 10.
Okay, Em
Yeah,
has
that-
a crossbow she would like to give you after this fight. Just don't let me forget.
Please and thank you.
Okay.
And then Calvin, back up to you.
Calvin's gonna kneel down and pull the gag out of his dad's mouth. Dad, are you okay?
A little worse for wear, but generally fine.
Okay, and he's gonna pull out. What is he? Is he bound with rope or
With
chain?
ropes.
With ropes. Okay. He'll pull out a dagger and cut the ropes, and say, "Get under the cart, Dad. We gotta take care of this bastard."
Okay. and follows your instructions.
And
nice under
then.
here.
Oh, hey, fancy meeting you under a cart. Are you one of Calvin's friends?
Did you go to prom with Calvin? You look really familiar.
Prom?
Calvin's always got all these little girlfriends running
All
around.
these little girlfriends. He's always bringing his girlfriends over.
Wish he just settled down.
Calvin the player.
Calvin's a ladies' man.
Mhm.
Backstory unlocked.
Yeah. Have I shown you my new clockwork machine yet?
Oh boy.
I'll make your
oh
clock work.
my.
Oh,
Anyway.
Woo!
hot damn.
Woo! Calvin would like to fire his crossbow at the Cambion.
Fabulous.
That's garbage. That's a 11.
Who know?
No.
You see this thing is wearing scale mail, so it'll be a little bit harder to hit.
Mm-hmm. And then Appa is gonna start running around in circles underneath it. Mrr, mrr, challengingly. So
Menacing.
menacingly challenge it, like, come on down here and fight me. Mrr.
And then Roland.
As the noble lady Hune passes from this world, Roland stamps his foot and says,
Kaylee, another one. One every day with you.
and he says a very quick, like,
May you rest now.
to her, because he has to. Does he think that he could potentially throw Kaylee because he wants her to live her dream? He's 6'7", so his outstretched arm would be damn near 10 foot.
What's
So he
your
just-
strength score?
My strength score is 17.
Absolutely. Totally doable.
So he'll drop his great sword so that he doesn't have to do any item interactions. His item interaction is halfling. He scoops her up. His bonus action, he says,
Your time on this plane is not yet over, my friend Kaylee.
and he casts Shield of Faith to give her a +2 bonus to AC for the duration. And duration is concentration up to 10 minutes. So I'm going to try and concentrate on this for you. He moves his full 30 feet in a brisk near jog. And
All right, back on your butt.
throws you as hard as he can up towards this
Make an
camera.
athletics check.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, I'm going to use my inspiration from
Yay!
before.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Much better. 17 plus 20.
Oh, Kaylee flies through. It's like a perfect NFL spiral quarterback pass Hail Mary of halfling.
This like blonde hair and then gleaming knife. hair, knife, hair, knife, hair. She spiraled.
Glimmer of fire.
This is the best thing that's ever happened.
Oh, spectacular. Spectacular. Anything else on your turn?
I think that's it. I think that's a full round.
Cool. Em, it's your turn.
God damn it. M is just like, motherfucking, she's just cursing immeasurably at this point. And she's just gonna like creep just enough like out from under the cart so she can look at this thing, and then she'd be like, just like your mom, motherfucker, and I'm gonna cast magic missile up at this bitch.
Nice.
All right, and all of them are going to him. So that's what that is. Here, I get 3. You know what? I'll cast it at 2nd level because F it. I'm mad.
Starting
Get
to
her.
rain. It's muddy under here.
It's 14 plus 4, so that's going to be 18 points of damage.
Nice.
Cool.
And Malady's magic missiles are like lavender, but like with like a red likeness that seeps into them.
Ooh, very cool.
Doesn't look quite like it's under her control.
And Kaylee, you are hurling through the air towards this creature. What are you gonna do with all that momentum?
Yeah, so she's hoping to just kind of like grab onto one of his wings as like a handhold and then just start kicking and punching with her other hand.
Yeah, I would say make a grapple.
Okay. Is that dexterity or is that
To initiate a grapple is a strength, so it would be in
Ooh.
athletics.
Yeah.
all right? So that is plus a 0, so that's gonna be an 11.
Well, fortunately, it rolled a 2. So, where would you like to grab onto?
Yeah, she just like grabs onto his wing, and she grabs onto the other one, and she's just gonna use her feet for this and just start kicking him in the ass.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Kick him in the ass.
so that's gonna be 16 plus 5, so 21.
That indeed does hit.
Okay. Oh, that's just a 1 plus 5, so 6 damage. And then I'm gonna flurry of blows and keep kicking him right in the taint.
Right up in there.
Seated that taint.
Okay, so it's 15 plus 3.
Flying by the seat of his taint.
18 plus, I was flying by the seat of my taint. 23.
That'll hit.
I didn't even remember the fucking bless for the first one.
How dare you?
I know. So that's gonna be 2 plus 5 is 7, and then my last one. And that's gonna be 8 plus 7 is
15.
15. Does that hit?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Your feet clangs into a piece of mail.
Okay. Yeah, she just continues to hang on like by the wings to this guy.
All right. And it is its turn. And as it is now very frustrated, as you have made it very difficult to fly, you see it is quickly crashing down, and it spins its body over so that it's facing up towards the sky. And Kaylee, you're closer to the ground, and it just dives into the ground. And both of you all are going to take some damage as you come plummeting 20 feet.
Does my slow fall help me at all in this, or since he's like piling me down?
I would say you'll take half damage, but because he's moving with like
yeah,
forceful velocity,
that works for me.
Calvin would like to cast Featherfall.
It's the same thing, basically.
Okay, so that's all right. So it wouldn't do anything.
No, I'm saying it's not gonna do anything because he's moving with purposeful velocity. It's not just like not just falling at the speed of gravity, but you're going faster.
Okay.
But you'll take 4 bludgeoning damage as you smack into the ground, and now he's prone on the ground with Kaylee. And he takes his spear in his hand and he kind of wrestles over, like wrestling in the dirt with you, and goes to try and get a stab in. And misses.
Yay.
So he's got mud in his eyes. He's really upset.
Oh, there's hair everywhere. Kaylee's like hissing at him for some fucking reason.
And then immediately Rhea runs over, taking this opportunity while you all are grappling on the ground, and she gets a perfect just hit in with her sword, and Baldur manages to fire a shot at him with his crossbow. And it takes some damage. And then Hero, it is your turn.
Nice.
And then I will say, roll out the way, Kaylee, and go with my mace.
Nice.
Smush him into the dirt.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I never have a cool moment. I rolled a 2.
Did you roll with advantage for prone?
Oh,
So a total of 9.
Roll with advantage. Because
he's prone on the he's prone on the ground.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's 22.
There
Yes,
you go.
that does hit.
Bigger number 6.
Bigger than 19.
11 damage.
Woo! Disco mace.
Color is the disco mace.
Now it's the color of blood.
Yeah.
Very cool. Calvin, back up to you.
Yeah, Calvin is gonna stand up and sick Appa on the Cambion, and then he's gonna run towards their original cart, and jump up on that so he's able to see downward to get a clear shot at the Cambion.
Okay. The Cambion's still prone on the ground, so it will still be disadvantage.
Even though I got elevation to look down?
If a target is prone, it gives you disadvantage.
That is okay. Yep, that's raw. Okay. That's still a 13, a 20.
Nice. Yeah.
A natural 20.
That
Nice.
still hits.
All right. And that will be 10 piercing damage.
Very cool. Roland.
And then Appa gets a
go ahead.
bite.
Been there, pupper.
Appa will get advantage.
Oh, but he only gets a 11.
Oh no, Mo.
Well, he's trying. He's in the mix, doing the best it can.
Roland, your turn.
Yeah, he would close the distance as quickly as possible over to where Kaylee is.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's running, he pulls this warhammer from his waist and just slides it up his belt and boop, frees it. And says, "Kaylee, are you all right?" And then comes in with 2 swings. He's going to use his other war priest and swing twice.
Nice.
24.
Oh yeah.
And a natural 20.
Yeah.
on the second roll for the second swing. So, oh wait, sorry. Since I don't have my shield, it's the D10. Uh, 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy smokes.
Hell yeah.
That is a lot.
Yes.
But is it
I do
enough?
math good. Not quite enough. It
Cameos
is
are tough.
Yikes.
bloody mess on the ground. And then it is M's turn.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna kind of army crawl forward to the side of the cart where it's now on the ground. So I'm like poking my head out there, and I'm looking at this thing. Let's see. Do we think it has higher con or higher intelligence? Probably higher con. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and like look at this thing and like kind of like focus on it and then try to pry into its mind. So I need it to go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw.
Seven.
Okay. All right. You drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you can see within range. All right. So that's going to be 2d6 psychic damage as I pierce its mind with foul images of its mother dying and no one ever going to love it again. So that's going to be 9 psychic damage.
Nice.
And if it has to make any saves before the end of my next turn, it rolls a d4 and subtracts that number from the saving throw.
Sweet.
So it's
Sweet.
disoriented as this is happening. So
Very cool.
if y'all want to do things to it, now's the time. And then I'm going to crawl back under the cart.
And then Kaylee, it's your
I am
turn.
brave and heroic.
Definitely.
Yeah, Kaylee's going to stand up and then just start like kicking this thing in the stomach, just like furious. And she like looks up at Roland for like a second in between them and gives him a thumbs up. So let's see.
No, this one's fine. It has gross wings and is a fiend.
Sweet.
Wow, that's the line. God.
Poor M.
I know. Sorry, I'm a fiend, everyone.
These half-blooded fiends are the worst.
Hey. Hey.
Ooh, awkward.
Fucker.
All right, so I'm gonna give him a kick for 25.
Oh yeah. Kick.
And that's gonna be 8 points of damage. I'm gonna do it again. That's 11 plus 3 is 13 plus 7. Oh, I was supposed to do 7 before. So dirty 20.
Yep.
Okay. And then that's gonna be 9 points of damage. And then she's gonna dive in for one stab with her dagger for her last. I'm doing a flurry of blows. Okay, so that's gonna be a 21.
That does it.
That's gonna be 9 points of stabs and 5 points of fire.
Cool. Anything else for you?
She's gonna kind of back up a little bit so that more people can have an easier time getting to him.
And as you start to back up, it just unleashes its full fury of fire at you as these jets of fire just come shooting out of its hands. And it just pelts you full force with 22 points of fire damage.
Kaylee goes down. Her hair
It's
is
burnt.
So burnt.
Oh god.
And then Rhea and Fallister do not manage to get any hits in as they are just distracted as Kaylee drops to the ground Hero. We believe in you.
You're a hero.
Yeah, gotta miss this thing. Put it down. Put it down to bed. 21 to hit
Yeah.
A hit.
with 7 damage.
That is exactly the number you needed to fell this creature.
I need a hero.
It crashes right through its rib cage, flattens it like a pancake.
Hell yeah.
Gross.
And you have defeated both of these foes in valiant combat, with Calvin's dad rescued and untied.
Ooh.
Kaylee just lays down.
Malady's like, great job from under the cart.
It's safe now, Dad. You can come out. Are you okay? And Calvin runs back over and starts pulling his dad from underneath, trying to stand him up.
Yeah, he scoots out from under the cart, stands up, and brushes the mud off of his coats and pants and everything. Oh, I'm glad to see you. You all came in just the right time.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, it was just an average day at the shop, and I was just locking up for the day, ready to go and get some shepherd's pie, when all of a sudden a brick came sailing through the shop window, and then suddenly this force of bandits came in, and before I knew it, they had knocked my head into the counter, and I was out, and I woke up in the back of this cart, tied up, and there's this lady here and talking about a shield, or what's happened? What have you gotten into?
Maybe M can explain.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, this
From
is
under the cart. I'm sorry.
that's M under there, and this is Kaylee and Hieronymus and Lord Roland.
Roland has Kaylee scooped up in his arms, and like licks his fingers with his gauntlet and puts out a piece of her hair that was on fire.
Oh God, Kaylee! Oh no!
And she's limp and like charred, and her clothes are burned. Her hair is all tensed up. And he says, "Well done, girl. Well done, Kaylee."
Aww.
And like holds her out on his forearm and grabs hold of his holy symbol, because you keep making her smaller and smaller in your art for her. She's gonna be so tiny soon.
It's Thumbelina.
Yeah, he holds his holy symbol and he says,
Candlekeep, this soul is not ready to meet you and rest.
and casts cure wounds, and it's gonna be 7 hit points, Kayla.
Yay! She just kind of like, and like little smoke comes out of her mouth, and she's like,
He hands you your dagger that you dropped.
she takes it, puts it under her arm, and gives you 2 thumbs up. And she's like, okay, yay. I'm
Why
ready
don't
for
you
that.
rest for a moment?
Oh, I mean, if you think I should. She just like, kind of like falls
Oh,
asleep
God.
there on his arm.
And then he goes and starts picking up fucking weapons and shields. He's got shit thrown all over the place.
Oh yeah, so you all can definitely collect your weapons and get resituated and everything with the cart. If you look through the wreckage of the other cart, you see it was just full of like bullshit paper and
Fake,
packing
yeah.
supplies. Just
Plastic bags inside of canvas bags to make it look like potatoes.
exactly.
Yeah.
But we got a cart for Calvin's dad to go home with.
True.
Um,
Cart and a horse.
Well, if you do want to come with us to Candlekeep and maybe lay low there, that might be best. I wasn't aware that people in this party had people who were special to them in the city. Otherwise, I might have been a little bit more transparent. I
About
get
what?
suddenly angry.
What are you still hiding?
This shield that I have, there are people who are after it. clearly.
You know shit.
Yeah, no shit.
So what? Why? What's so important about it?
Suddenly, at this point, you hear this booming voice erupt from Malady's back.
Damn it.
And you hear, I am the hidden lord.
Oh.
I am an angel who has been trapped inside this hellish device. And these evil people, the Knights of the Shield, have kept me captive inside of their dungeon for ages, but now I am free.
Malady's just kind of like nodding patiently as this is happening. Okay, yes, thank you. So I need to get this shield where it needs to go, because this guy can help me with something I've lost that's really important to me. So we can't let this fall into evil people's hands, okay?
Okay, well, where does it need to go?
Well, to hell. That's where it was made and bound. So I need to take it there to fix this situation. It will do something for me, and it's all.
I thought it
Candlekeep-
was an angel.
It is an angel that was bound by hellish fiends.
If you bring me to Avernus, the bonds on this ward shall be weakened, and I will be able to escape this prison of hellfire.
Thank you. Could you just be quieter? We're on like a public road.
Is
I'm just being
is
too
Candlekeep on the way to Avernus?
Well, I figure with all of this happening, and then at Candlekeep, we're going to talk to this chick who's the foremost expert in hell. So if there's anyone who can get us there, it's probably going to be her. And that might ally with everything that's happening here.
So, what do you want to do, Dad? Are you going to be safer in Candlekeep, or I don't know.
Well, Candlekeep does have the most robust defenses. I mean, it is magically guarded by half a dozen archmages on any given day.
Okay, then you're going to Candlekeep. Get in the back of the cart. Please.
Just kind of gives a look, and packs what he has into the back and sits in the back.
Like
Takes out a
laying
med
there,
kit.
and she just kind of like opens her eyes a little bit and is like, "Hey," it just like rolls back over and goes back to sleep.
Slaver Chops curls up next to you.
Oh,
It's like big spoon.
bless.
I highly doubt this will do anything, but I cannot in good conscience have this fucking spell prepared and not use it in this moment. Can I cast Detect Evil and Good and see if I get anything off of this shield?
Absolutely.
It says for the duration, this is just what it says. It's 30 feet from self. For the duration, if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where it's located. Similarly, if there is a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. So if it's saying that this is some kind of hellish prison, does that vibe with Detect Good and Evil? Or
Yes, so as you cast this, so the Cambion on the floor registers obviously as a fiend. The weird thing about this shield, as it catches on your radar as both, as if the magical aura of the shield itself with whatever entity is being imprisoned inside of it is at this powerful struggle where you have both of this mix of powerful celestial and demonic magic, and the entity and the power of the entity and the shield itself, its auras have been become so convoluted and mixed together that it is impossible to tell what's coming from where.
Gotcha,
It's like this swirling miasma of this hellish and good energy at odds with each other.
Yeah, Malady, while you're like focused on the shield, she's looking at you and giving you like a, you gonna do something about it? Like fucking look at you.
He gives you a look like what the fuck are you gonna do? And
Yeah,
then
but it seems clearly either way, something very
Yeah.
powerful is imprisoned in here.
he kind of nods and picks up the cambion, hucks it in the back of the second wagon, picks up Lady Hune, hucks her in the back. Like there's a crunch when he throws them back there, right? Throws them in the wagon, tears off the sides that do the weird collapsey thing because no one needs that shit in the world. And he'll say,
Katie, you
and sees that you're curled up with a cat.
never mind. Herodias, do you think that you could maybe pilot this cart?
Yeah, just point which direction we're heading in.
May as well take it with us to Candlekeep at the very least.
Off we go. Hiya!
Excellent.
Roland gets back up on his big ass draft horse.
And you can make your way, and then it's another about 4 days journey to Candlekeep. And so over the course of your 4 days travel, it's intimate rainy weather. It's been generally very gray as you trudge through thick mud along the road. But on the morning of the 5th day, the rain subsides, and you actually see that the sun begins to peer shyly from behind these clouds as you approach this well-worn road that leads to this rocky promontory that just hovers over the sea practically, as these gleaming white spires emerge valiantly from the rocks as you take in the fortress of Candlekeep. And you see that there's a signpost on the road that says Candlekeep, 5 miles that way, as you approach your destiny. And that is where we will cut it.
Ooh, we did so many things.
Oh my.
Yay!
Daddy.
Thanks for
Yeah.
saving Calvin's dad, everybody. That was great.
Yes,
Of course.
Good teamwork,
Of course,
everybody.
Calvin.
we absolutely saved your dad, and nobody endangered him on purpose.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
Yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. This has been a wonderful treat now that we're back onto our regularly scheduled programming. The next time we'll be playing is February 12th. Yes, where you will be able to catch us again. But until then, I am Sage, your storyteller for the evening.
I am Celeste Godowich, and I have been your now less full of secrets tiefling wizard Malady.
I am JB Little, and I was playing
Lord Roland Belrandan Cadril.
your war cleric of Kellamvor.
I'm Katie. I play Kaylee Bramblebarrel, your airborne halfling monk. Straight up terrifying.
And I, Naseem, have been your door fighter. Hero, Dohard. Here to be suspicious of everyone.
I am Paul Harpring, and I was playing, thankfully not an orphan, Calvin Corbage, Fire Genasi Artificer.
Wow, rude. Call that.
Thankfully not. Yeah, like...
Could have gone either way.
Yes. Yes. We're so close and getting some real big shit, and I love it. Oh, the story is getting bigger by the minute. But until next time, venture
Venture
to
hell.
hell.
Into the hell!
Okay. Bye bye.
Hell.
Bye bye, everybody. All right. And-